Good morning, everybody. It is Driven Fitness Erica here, your friendly and fabulous personal trainer and health and wellness expert. Happy Wednesday. It is cold and snowy in northern Nevada. I tell you, looking outside my window, I would show you if I could. I have my computer plugged into too many things, but we got some snow, a couple inches here on the valley floor. The resort's got a couple feet, I think, up in Tahoe. So if you're local here to northern Nevada, be safe, stay warm, all that good stuff. Get your workout on inside, right? We have a 9 o'clock and a 9:30 Zoom class. So if you need a workout today, private message me or put your reply in the comments below. Come join us for 9 and 9:30 Zoom. Good morning, whoever joined us. So today, I wanted to talk about how to get toned, in quotes, because I hear that a lot. I go through this subject like once or twice a year because sometimes people just need a reminder about how to get toned and what that means. And it's a very common goal I hear when people come to see me, when I ask them what they're looking for. They want to get toned, right? Well, I think what most people mean by wanting to get toned is that they want to see muscle definition, right? Most women are like, I want to see muscle definition in my arms. I want to see muscle definition back here in my triceps, right? My butt, legs, whatever. They want to create that toned look. So how do you do that? There's two ways. First of all, you got to reduce the body fat that's over the muscle, right? We all have muscles. I say this all the time. We all have a six-pack or a four-pack or a two-pack, right? We have ab muscles. Some of us just have more padding over those muscles than other people. So number one, to create that tone, you got to reduce body fat. And I want especially females and especially females over 40, I want you to be realistic about what your body fat needs to be at to create that tone. So if you want abs, like that's a very, very low body fat percentage, which most people, unless they're just genetically built that way, have to really give a lot of effort if they can actually ever manage that low percentage of body weight. Like say, for example, fitness models or people who compete in, my neighbor's shoveling snow. People who compete in fitness competitions, like they achieve that low level of body fat, but they don't maintain that all the time because it is very difficult to maintain that low of amount of body fat. So just be realistic about the results that you're going to see and realistic about the effort that you want to put in to get to your results, right? So if you want to be eating those crazy high protein, low carb diets to get that result, which is what most of those people do, then you can do it, but just be aware that it may affect the rest of your life. All right. So number one, you got to be in a calorie deficit to shed the body fat, right? You want to get rid of that extra layer that's covering those muscles. So you have to be in a calorie deficit. That's how you lose weight. There's two ways to be in a calorie deficit. You can either eat less or you can move more, right? You need to be burning more calories at the end of the day than you're taking in. I like a combination of both. Good morning, someone else joined us. I like a combination of both. Using a food tracking system, eating whole foods as close to their source as possible to create the calorie deficit that you're eating in a safe way. So for most people, safe way to lose weight that's maintainable, lose that body fat is a half of a pound to 2 pounds a week, but 2 pounds is super aggressive. So half of a pound to a pound is where I like people to be. Good morning. We have another person joining us. So number one, you can eat less, be in a calorie deficit by using a food tracking system so you know, and by eating whole healthy foods. Okay. Number one way to be in a calorie deficit. Number two is on top of that to exercise more so you burn more calories than what you eat in a day. I like a combination of those two things together because I think that is the most sustainable over the long term. So number one, in order to lose the body fat, to show that muscle, you got to be in a calorie deficit so you lose weight. Number two, you have to build or at least at minimum maintain your muscle, right? So as you shed that body fat, you're probably also going to lose a little bit of muscle, right? That's how the body works. It just does a little bit of everything. Very rarely will you just lose body fat, right? You're going to lose a little bit of muscle to make up for that calorie deficit. But the way to combat that is by lifting weights. multiple times a week. 3 times a week would be great. If you're a female over 40 and you're starting to go through that perimenopausal or menopausal stage, it's going to be even more difficult for you, unfortunately. It's just biology. As our hormones shift, we lose estrogen, our testosterone is not as strong. It's really hard for us to maintain and then build muscle. It's not impossible. You just have to really work at it. So step 1, calorie deficit. Step 2, maintain at minimum your muscle, but we really want to build the muscle. The reason we want to do that is that as you're shedding that body fat, we want you to be able to see the muscle underneath, but if you're losing muscle at the same time, that's not going to create the tone that you want. So, how to lift weights to build the muscle, right? You have to become comfortable with heavy lifting, all right? Your version of heavy lifting. That means heavier than 5 pounds, most likely heavier than 8-pound dumbbells, right? I use this example a lot. I don't have my purse in here. Most women's purses are heavier than 5 pounds, and you lift that every day. So to then go into the gym and lift 5-pound dumbbells, it is not going to create the tone that you want. You need to be working towards what they call progressive overload. That means for like 4 to 6 weeks, say you start with 5 pounds, totally cool. But after 4 to 6 weeks, you need to bump up that weight in order to continue to build that muscle, right? So when you lift weights, you create all these little tears in your muscle. That's what happens when you lift weights. You create all these little mini tears. And then during your recovery time, which we're going to talk about in a minute, your body builds those fibers back stronger. If you lift heavy weights, it adds more fibers. And that's how you bulk up or grow your muscle, okay? Build muscle, progressive overload. But if you just stick with those 5 pounds your whole life, you're never going to get to that point where you're actually challenging the muscle enough to then rebuild stronger and to build more muscle fibers. So again, step 1, you got to be in a calorie deficit so you lose that body fat. Step 2, you got to build the muscle with weight training, ideally 3 days a week, okay? The other thing I want to note is target training. So I hear this all the time too. I just want to lose the body fat right here. That is not how your body works. This has been debunked many, many times. We talk about it in the fitness industry all the time. We have to revisit quite often because people just don't want to hear it. They don't want to believe it. But you can do 1,000,000 tricep extensions and that is not going to create tone right there. Like you're not going to just shed body fat from right there. You're going to shed body fat through your whole body. Most of us can't choose where, right? It's just a general weight loss. So you got to work on strengthening that muscle, building it, so as you lose the body fat through your whole body, then that muscle shows. Oh, Kelly. Sorry, Kelly wrote about the snow in Carson City. They got a few feet. That's nuts. I only got a couple inches. Crazy. So we got step 1, we got step 2, building muscle. Step 3 is recovery. So just like they say abs aren't really built in the gym, they're built in the kitchen. Muscle is not really built while you're working out, it's built during recovery. For most people, that's sleep. So you do your workout, create those little tears, then you gotta rest your body so that it can rebuild, recover, and make you stronger. And that for most people happens in their sleep. So third step of getting that toned look is to make sure that you are sleeping adequately. If you're not giving your body enough recovery time, drinking water, getting your sleep, eating protein, then it's not going to be able to do a good job at rebuilding your muscles. So if you don't have a good sleep routine, then let's work on that so that you can have really good quality recovery and get the most out of your workouts. All right? So I hope that helped answer some questions about building tone, creating tone in your body. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm here pretty much every Wednesday around 7:30 in the morning. And if you need a workout and you're in snowy northern Nevada, 9 and 9:30 a.m., come on over to Zoom. You can DM me or send me a little reply in the comments field. Get your workout in inside. Okay, we're doing 9 o'clock cardio, 9:30 strength. So with that, have a lovely day and I will see you guys next week. Bye.